Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Wednesday, June 5th, 2024, 6:23 a.m. Mountain Time, 8:24 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. How's it going? All the regulars are here. We just had ADP data. Perfect night truck. Thank you. Wendy's janitor. Y'all are funny. I should have known with all y'all are going to be jokesters. So we're pulling back a little bit on that data. We're still green. 53.22 becomes D level to get back over on the ES. So good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. I will get started officially in 6 minutes. Between now and then, I'm going to say hello to my friends and take a couple of chart requests. Good morning, Night Truck. Hey, Shake and Bake, Flectos, Gary, Casey. So glad you're here. I am in love with Old 60. I love that group. Hey, Sam, Spaceball, Hunter. Hey, Paula, Duke, Mal, Bud Girl, Mal. So funny. Hey, SBF, Rob, Success. Oh, Success, we're on the opposite side of the trade today. Hey, Rachel, Steven. Hey, Dollar Tree. I was just wondering what your occupations were, specifically looking for a doctor who specializes in back injuries. Just kidding. It's just nice to know who you're talking to. You're welcome, Night Truck. They are amazing. They're coming to my area in October, so I need to get tickets. All right, let me go back to the top, see if we have any chart requests. Well, I'm just going to take a look at Gern for Hunter. Nice move. A weekly lower high is still the more likely scenario compared to 430. So bears will be waiting at 430. And the reason I say a lower high is the more likely scenario, if you measure from the last higher low to the higher high, we retraced about 85% of that move. So a lower high is still the more likely scenario, barring any news. I don't know if Gern has had news there, biotech. That's definitely very possible. SMCI is on the Queen of the Mountain trades. I like it long. I like it for a pullback long, not right here. I want a pullback long. Looking for the weekly higher low. That's where I am with SMCI. They had some type of conference after hours yesterday. Who's joking? Okay, then Duke the Fool. I expect for you to put a link right now in chat of you singing and dancing. Hey, Jill. Hey, Tess. How's the weather in California, Tess? They have a PDUFA date on the 16th. All right. Hey, Chris. I used to work in healthcare and manage clinical research programs. Very familiar with FDA PDUFA dates. Good to know. But those can be very binary events unless you're very intimate with the research and how the participants are reacting to the drug. You don't know. It's a coin flip. Author and goals coach. Jill, I looked you up and I followed you on X the other day. Very cool. Very, very cool. Got some neat people here. Hey, Sir Fernando. All right. I have so many names today. Y'all look at the Queen of the Mountain trades 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When have I had 7 names? And I didn't even put everything on there that I wanted to look at. So either I'm in a particular mood or there's a lot of setups out there today, and both are very probable. Swim teacher? Really? I need help. I need help. Just chilling. Just chilling. So let me look at the economic calendar. We have more data coming at 9:45 a.m. 9:45 a.m. we have Global Services PMI. That's a 3-star event. Then at 10 a.m. we have ISM. This is that difficult date where you have three unusual times for data. 8:15, the ADP is the only one that I know of that comes out at 8:15. Then 9:45 and 10, you got two big pieces of data coming out after the market opens. So just be aware of that. Gotcha, success. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just looking for a weekly higher low flip as long as semis stay in favor. If semis are going to gap up and do a gap and crap, then that's a whole different situation. Y'all ready to get started? Let's get this show on the road. Good morning. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. I am glad you are here. And if you could hit the like button, if it doesn't disappear on you, that would be lovely. Hit the like button. Give me a follow on X at Chart Gal Lori. And what we do here every morning is I look at the market environment dossier. I go over my notes, Queen of the Mountain trades. I share the notes with the TCG members only. And I know this show is only Monday through Wednesday. Tomorrow, I will be doing the rapid fire show. So tomorrow, rapid fire show. I will get on here at the same time, but instead of doing Queen of the Mountain and the indices, yada, yada, I'm just going to rapid fire charts. I think I can go over about 100 charts in 25 minutes. So, and if you want to do chart requests, then I'll do those as well. But we're just going to go through charts very efficiently, yet we're going to do it accurately, and I think it'll be fun. So join me tomorrow. I know a lot of you missed the pregame show on Thursdays and Fridays. Let's see how it goes tomorrow. And on the market environment dossier, we're definitely leaning more bullish than bearish. Let's get started with the indices since I've got a crazy amount of data to share with you. So on the weekly, we still have a potential bull flag. 5213 keeps the bull flag alive on the weekly chart. That's the proper amount of retracement. Anything more than that, we would be looking for an equilibrium or something different than a higher high. Right now, the odds favor a higher high. And you look at the daily, we got a bear break. So we got the bear break without follow through, and now we're pushing up. We're still below resistance of 5339. On the hourly, we just kind of grazed overbought on ES. And on QQQ, we actually did get overbought. Overbought in a daily downtrend. When you're in a daily downtrend and hourly gets overbought, that's typically the area that you scout a top fish. We have to be careful. NVIDIA semis are driving this move. We don't want to be short in QQQ if NVIDIA is on fire. So we have to wait for NVIDIA to blink. Who's going to blink first, essentially? So looking at NQ, same thing as ES. We're looking at this weekly bull flag. It looks beautiful. Potential bull flag. It confirms with a new all-time high. On the daily chart, we're in that downtrend. We've made room for a higher low. So on a pullback, we've made room for a higher low. So even if the top fish works out right at market open, that doesn't mean it's game over for bulls. That just means it allows the bulls to gather their thoughts and their pennies and then come back into the market and start buying again. So plenty of room for a daily higher low. And I want to just dovetail VIX into this. When we're looking at the weekly chart on ES and NQ, which I've shown you 100 times, they're potential bull flags. Well, conversely, we have on VIX a potential weekly bear flag. We're below the EMA's upper wicks of profit taking. VIX looks horrible. The only thing going for VIX right now is we just held the support of 1284. So if you look at it on the daily chart, 1284 is support, and we hit 1289. So we are holding support on this daily double bottom right now. Right now for VIX. Doesn't mean it's not going to go out the door. And on a bounce, you're still looking for hourly lower highs. So market bulls are still in control on lots of time frames. Hang Seng was pretty flat overnight, just down 0.10%. Sorry about that. DAX is up over 1%. That's reassuring. Bitcoin is slightly green. We're in a 15-minute downtrend. This could be a 4-hour bull flag. So yes, we have some 15-minute consolidation happening with Bitcoin. We have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low. Let's see how low the bulls allow this dip to get, if at all. Do they stop it here and now and then reverse it, or do they let it come in more to a 50% retrace and negate the bull flag? Okay. Ethereum is very much in a sideways action. Y'all know this high compression squeeze is my favorite. So this is interesting. Ethereum is super tight on the 4-hour. Remember, a squeeze does not indicate which direction that the ticker will break. It just says, hey, incoming volatility. Right now, we have an hourly EQ on Ethereum, and we have a high compression squeeze on the hourly and 4-hour. This is getting interesting. If we get an hourly bull break, it may be worth a long on Ethereum. All right, did I go over? I didn't go over RTY. I skipped it. Potential 4-hour bear flag on the Russell. The Russell is definitely the weakest of our indices this morning. Dow, we're still looking for a daily low or high. This may be the short. I didn't look at this morning earlier. I looked at it 3 hours ago, but I haven't looked at it recently. This is a potential 4-hour bull flag. If bears take a stand here at 38919, that could be an area to potentially top fish, looking for this daily low or high with our EMAs and daily 50 MA overhead. So Dow, that may be the short opportunity. 38919. I'll get an alert if it crosses that. Then the short is not viable yet. All right. The dollar. Okay, the dollar is a potential daily bear flag. Sorry about the fibs. Actually, I'm going to delete everything. Potential daily bear flag. And we measure from the last higher high to the lower low, and 104.448. That keeps the bear flag alive. Well, this morning we hit 104.392 within a nickel of that 0.382 overhead, which keeps the bear flag alive, and we have a daily 200 MA overhead. So dollar is not looking good. I posted in chat this morning. Dollar with a tiny hourly higher high, still the potential for a daily bear flag if this is all of the follow through the bulls can muster. And so far, that proves to be true. So right there, we rejected at yesterday's high. We had upper wicks of bears selling into it. If that was at 549, I posted that. That was right in here. That made for a good short if you took that. So on gold, it's helping bounce gold. In my head, I kind of visualize, what do you call that on a trampoline when you have one kid that double bounces you and they push it real hard so you can jump higher? To me, that's what the dollar's doing. The dollar is assisting gold in this bounce. Daily inside bars. 4-hour lower high is still the more likely scenario, but we've bounced enough for a potential 4-hour higher low on a pullback. Oil is finally bouncing from the debacle that was yesterday and the last couple days. Let's look at this on the 12-hour. Potential bear flag on oil on the 12-hour. Yeah, be careful, oil bulls. NQ resistance. Over last night's high, 18816. The next one would be 1887975. When I'm hovering over a candle, you can look up here and it'll tell you what level I'm looking at. So the high is 188.87975. Let's call it 18,880. That's your next resistance on NASDAQ. Trying to bite my lip on something. All right, oil, we talked about that potential 12-hour bear flag. Let's look at nat gas real quick. Nat gas 4-hour lower high is likely set. Well, bulls are defending here. Still looks like a megaphone. All right, let's snap to it. Apple is green. We are not gapping up. We are not gapping up on Apple. 4-hour is approaching overbought. Hourly, not overbought yet. On the daily, we have bearish divergence. Look here. RSI is making a lower low while price made a higher high. Excuse me. RSI made a lower high while price made a higher high. 195.86 is the line in the sand for Apple bulls. I won't short based on RSI divergence alone. We do have a pretty good squeeze working on Apple on the hourly chart. That 4-hour 12 EMA is your spirit guide as long as it's below price. Bulls are fine. Yep, Jungle Cat, that's what I was biting my lip on. All right, Amazon. When I looked at it on the daily, this has a bear flag formation with this little dog leg. However, we have this last high here. So then I went to the 2-day. So whenever I lack clarity, I go to a higher time frame. And on the 2-day, this is a potential bear flag on Amazon. Amazon is making decent strides this morning, however, is trying to get out of the doghouse. We got overbought on the hourly chart as we're looking for a daily lower high. So on this gap up, it could be for shorting. So if we lose 179.82, gap rules apply. That means bears are defending. And if they re-enter yesterday's price range, that is a bear signal. NVIDIA, bye-bye. See ya. Insanity. Just such a beautiful move. Potential hourly bull flag. NVIDIA is running the show today. Running the show. And I forget who asked me. You're probably in chat and you'll remind me. However, someone asked me yesterday, when was I going to add NVIDIA to the table? Well, I added it this morning because I thought it was a good question. It was well overdue. So I added NVIDIA as a puzzle piece to how the market is behaving. If NVIDIA loses its gap up and re-enters yesterday's high, then that could be bearish for the market, and vice versa. If it continues this momentum, it could be good for the market. Okay, there's only about 25% of you that have hit the like button. If you could hit that like button, that would really help me. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Going back to the charts. NVIDIA back burner mode. And that just means first 5 or 15-minute oversold during regular trading hours for a potential dip buy for the most conservative bulls. Aggressive bulls are just looking for tightening patterns, stair steps for entries. All right. Affirm. And if you are in chat, let's see. Yeah, that's why I have that here. If you are in TCG, you see I move my charts to the left of X for those that I am watching for a potential trade. So Affirm, Tesla, Take-Two, and XLV, these are my top four watches today. So I have 7 setups for you, but Affirm is at the top of the list. It's at the top of the list because it's alphabetical, the first one, but it's also top of the list because I like the setup. So on Affirm, let me, 1 second. A top fish setup at 30.50. On this gap up, I'm looking for a top fish setup. Here, 30.50 is your resistance. And that's it. It's as simple as that. We are hourly overbought. RSI is 73 going into a resistance on a gap up with a name that's in a daily downtrend. Let me say that again. This name is in a daily downtrend. It broke bull by 14 cents. That's still a double top for me. We're in a daily downtrend. Hourly is overbought, and we're running smack dab into resistance. So my stop will be at 30.55 area. And I'm going to wait. I want it to pause. I don't want it to just short it when it's running high. I want it to just pause and show bears stepping up just a little. I missed this trade. Look at this 138.60 that held on Dale from Monday's low to the penny. To the penny. We are looking for a weekly higher low. So looking for the weekly higher low, I then zoom into the hourly chart and say, okay, well, I could look for an hourly higher low, pull back buy for that potential weekly higher low. So if that's your style and you're looking for a swing, this could possibly work. NVO, I don't have a setup on this besides back burner. I drew this terrible chart yesterday, drawing this cup and handle on the weekly, and look at that bull break of NVO. Back burner watch, it's just beautiful. I just wanted to show you the follow through on that one. SMCI, we are looking for the weekly high or low. I like this for a pullback buy to the hourly 50 MA, looking for the 4-hour higher low as we look for the weekly higher low. Doesn't mean this is where it's going to be set. I'm just scouting this area. I like this area. It's kind of like real estate, location, location, location. So I pick a location that's more logical. Okay, we're here at the weekly 26 EMA. If the bulls are going to put in the weekly high or low, this would be a logical area to do it. They bounced from 4-hour oversold. They've made enough room for a 4-hour high or low. Then I zoom in and look for the hourly. Pull back to the Great Wall of Louisiana, i.e. these EMAs for a potential dip buy. I.e., if gap rules apply, if we hold 780.66, that could be a long. Whew. I told y'all I was in a mood. What I just kind of spilled out, that was pretty important stuff that I got in a succinct paragraph, which y'all know is very difficult for me. So if you want to rewind back to that, I think this is a great example of why I'm looking in this area. And then once I identify an area, then what's the criteria I look for the trigger to get in? Now, I haven't looked at MSTR yet. I take chart requests at the beginning, but the purpose of the show is for me to bring setups that I like to y'all. And then if you really need your chart request answered, we do that during the live stream that we do anywhere from 2 to 4 times a day in our chat, and we answer our members' chart request. So as long as Bitcoin is strong, MSTR should, I'm not saying it will, but should be fairly strong. All right, Tesla. This is a goodie, y'all. We talked about this 4-hour squeeze yesterday. This high compression squeeze just continues to ratchet up as we go sideways and compress and compress. This is a pressure cooker. Look at the pressure cooker. As bulls and bears duke it out as to how are we going to resolve to the upside or downside. I'm not saying it's going to break today. I'm just saying this is on top watch when it does break out of this tightening range. And step one is I could just use the high of yesterday and the low of yesterday and say, okay, I'll take a bear break if we break the low of yesterday. I'll take a bull break if we break the high. And then stop out if we lose our 5-minute uptrend on a long, and vice versa. Hey, Phil, what would be my trigger to exit what? You're welcome, dude. You're welcome. All right, so Tesla's a top watch due to one second. This tightening range. We have a daily squeeze, 4-hour squeeze, hourly squeeze. I was just thinking in the whiteboard, I didn't put the daily squeeze on there, I don't think. Okay, so take 2. All right, this is a dangerous one. This is not for the faint of heart. Okay, yesterday's high, 166.29. So when we are going against the trend, this is obviously an uptrend name. And we're going against the trend if we try to top fish against yesterday's high. You have a higher probability of getting stopped out. However, our risk is so well defined. If this breaks above 166, and I'm giving it to 166.50, if it breaks above that, I'm wrong. So I'm risking 50 cents to possibly get $4. Sure, I'll take a 1 risk to an 8 reward, 1 to 8. Absolutely. This is the type of asymmetric risk to reward that I love. So this is my type of counter trend trading when my stop is very, very, very close by. So if we look at this, go back. We have not confirmed the weekly uptrend. What a beast. An absolute beast. We are overbought on the 4-hour and we haven't confirmed a weekly uptrend. And I want you to look at this RSI on the hourly. And this is just different data points. Look at this head and shoulders on RSI. So I'll be watching this for a potential top fish. If it shoots up, and I'll just smile and wave at it. And finally, XLV. XLV, we are looking for a daily lower high compared to 146.94. Odds favor a daily lower high. All right. In a daily downtrend, favors a lower high. Hourly RSI got overbought. So on this gap up, oh shoot, we're not gapping up anymore. I wanted us to gap up. And if we re-enter, I was going to say if we re-enter yesterday's range, that could be a good short. But I still like this, looking for that daily lower high. That's why it's over here in my top 4 priority levels. Whew. Something locations, that's what you're working on, Phil. Yeah, it's location is important. It's so important, and not just, oh, I like this setup and jump in. That lack of accuracy and precision is probably a better word. That lack of precision will show up in the P&L. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to wrap up and go start the stream for TCG chat room. That's my alarm to shut up. And I will see y'all tomorrow for the rapid fire session, you non-TCG members. TCG members, I'll see you in 10 minutes. Have a good day, you stop losses.